If you're like me, you love technology, but how many of us have the expertise to make it? Even if you have a brilliant idea for an invention, where do you start? Well, there's a startup in New York that aims to answer that very question in the form of magnetic blocks. They've devised a modular system that snaps together to create new gadgets. They're hoping it gives kids a new and an interesting way to learn, and people like me with no engineering skills, the fantasy of being an inventor. The ever-curious Andrew Evans stopped by the offices of Little Bits to find out more about their modular approach to creative problem solving.
Stepping inside Little Bit's headquarters is like being transported inside the hive of a zany inventor. Right away, you're confronted by hundreds of magnetic building blocks that are beeping, blinking, and buzzing around. More than a place of work, this feels like a place of play, and that's because it is.
If I touch this apple and you touch that apple, and you give me a fist bump.
Wow, we completed the circuit. That's amazing.
It's like superpowers.
Yeah.
With a platform like Little Bits, what we're trying to do is to get people to understand what are the different components that have come together to create technologies like a smartphone.
What you're saying is Little Bits demystifies very complex technology into subsystems, into modules that you can then rearrange and build on your own.
Exactly. All of the blue bits basically provide electricity to the circuit. Input bits are all pink. They take information from the outside world, turn it into an instruction, and send it to the rest of the circuit. There are wires. Wires are basically like a bridge or a messenger between the bit that comes before it to the bit that comes after it. What the modularity in a system like Little Bits does is it creates kind of a mental map of how to break down really complex systems into their base functions.
Awesome! It's dancing! Easy, exciting, useful, and fun.
Yeah.
So this is touch reactive. So if I hold on to this and then touch any of these other plates, it triggers synthesizers that are inside the wall. So it's collaborative in action, but also in the process of inventing. It's a lesson in the way the world really works, where most great works are collaborative.
When Little Bits first started, it was actually a tool for designers to be able to prototype electronics without needing an engineering degree. And I think as the company has evolved, we found a big audience in kids because they're so creative and open to play that now we do focus a lot of our product line on allowing kids to invent their own gadgets, but there's also products for adults and educators to tinker themselves too.
How do you see the design trend of modularity influencing the Internet of Things?
The trend of phones becoming more modular, whether it's through cases or being able to attach different hardware to your phone depending on your needs day to day, is really popular. I have a cloud project where my air conditioner is plugged into an AC switch, so then now my phone and my air conditioner can now talk.
I think we're all going to stop thinking about our phones as phones, really.
Yeah.
They're becoming other things.
Yeah. Being a modular platform, that's probably the biggest asset that we have because you can literally invent anything, you can make anything. I think modularity is the future because it empowers people to configure solutions to their own needs versus giving them consolidated products that you think does everything for them.
Kids have the coolest stuff. When I was a kid, I thought I was brilliant for putting a baseball card in the spokes of my bicycle tire. And Little Bit's modular design has made engineering accessible for kids and adults alike, empowering anyone with a good idea and a creative imagination to invent new hardware and transform the things around them. It's a trend we're seeing in consumer tech too. Companies like Moto are designing modular open source hardware, giving inventive minds the tools to build upon the Moto Z platform. With modular tools, perhaps we'll all transform into lifelong inventors. I can only hope. I'm Jeff Cannata. Thanks for watching.